How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR, and today we're going to be playing Collected Apparition. But before we get into it, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, if you are going to be a new follower or subscriber on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, once you've done so, just reach out to me in the chat or the comment and say something like, hey, I just subscribed or followed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to offer that to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. So let's hop into this. So this is a SELESNYA green-white deck with splashing Deputy of Detention and Linvala, but we'll get into that. On to the 2-drops. We're skipping out on the 1-drops. We have one copy of Drannith Magistrate. He's a 1/3, and it says your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Have one copy of Luminarch Aspirant. She's a 1/1, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. One copy of Tomik, Distinguished Advokist. He's a 2/3 with flying, and it says lands on the battlefield and lands in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities your opponents control. Your opponents can't play land cards from graveyards. We have the full playset of Paradise Druid. She's a 2/1, and she has hexproof as long as she's untapped, and we can tap her and add 1 mana of any color. I have one copy of Scavenging Ooze. He's a 2/2. And we can activate his ability at any time and exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, we put a +1/+1 counter on him, and we gain 1 life. On to the 3-drops, we have the full play set of Skyclave Apparition. He's a 2/2, and when he enters the battlefield, we exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent we don't control with converted mana cost 4 or less. And when Skyclave Apparition leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. We have one copy of Rhonas the Indomitable. He's a 5/5 with death touch and indestructible, and Rhonas the Indomitable can attack or block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater, and we can activate his ability at any time, and another target creature gets +2/+0 and gains trample until the end of turn. We have 3 copies of Garruk's Harbinger. He's a 4/3 with hexproof from black, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature card. We're just going to say creature because we don't have any Garruk planeswalkers from among them, and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We're running the full play set of Kazandu Mammoth or Kazandu Valley. Can either enter the battlefield tapped and produce green mana for us, or come into play as a 3/3 with landfall ability. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, he gets +2/+2. Running 3 copies of Steel Leaf Champion. He's a 5/4, and he cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. We're running 1 copy of Deputy of Detention. Is a 1/3, and when it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls and all other non-land permanents that player controls with the same name as that permanent until Deputy of Detention leaves the battlefield. And then we have 2 copies of Linvala's Shield of Seagate. She's a 3/3 with flying, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, we're not going to read that because she doesn't have a party mechanic going on, but we can sacrifice her at any time and choose hexproof or indestructible, and creatures you control gain that ability until the end of turn. Running 2 copies of Knight of Autumn. She's a 2/1, and when she enters the battlefield, we choose one. Either put 2 1/1 counters on her, destroy target artifact or enchantment, or we gain 4 life. On to the 4-drops. We have 3 copies of Luminous Broodmoth. She's a 3/4 with flying, and whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. Running the full playset of Collected Company at instant speed. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. On to the 5-drops. We have 2 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death. This is an enchantment saga. The first chapter says, exile target permanent and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. The second chapter, non-creature spells your opponents cast cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And the final chapter, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter or a loyalty counter on it. And then finally at the top, we have 3 copies of the Great Henge. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tap, add 2 green mana and gain 2 life, and then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. Before we talk about what the deck's about, let's go over the mana base. We have the full playset of Boulderloft or Branchloft Pathway, the full playset of Sunpetal Grove, the full playset of Temple Garden, the full playset of Temple of Plenty, and the full playset of Ancient Ziggurat. The deck has a 3.5 converted mana cost, running 31 creatures with 20 lands. Technically, with the Kazandu Mammoth, it's 24, and then Paradise Druid can't really counter as a land, but you know, helps us smooth out our splash of blue here, along with the Ancient Ziggurat. But anyway, so there's a lot of synergies going on in this deck. I have not played it yet. I just put this together. I did some play testing with Sparky to fix the mana base, but no real play testing. So I'm anxious to see how this competes against real players. But anyways, a lot of synergies here. We're looking to obviously find a Great Henge mid-game, preferably early game, and get this down as soon as possible so we can help ramp, stabilize, draw cards. And then we're basically abusing Collective Company with all these 2 and 3 drops. We have big bodies for the threats, which comprise of most of our creatures, if you will. And then our defensive spell of choice is the Skyclave Apparition, which we can dig for to eliminate threats. And then we have some one-offs to kind of shut down and kind of control our opponents a little bit. Hopefully they use their removal early in the game on our big beefy creatures, but then we start slamming down like our Drannith Magistrate, our Luminarch Aspirant, our Tomik, Scavenging, and kind of hope to stabilize the game. One late Deputy of Detention after we've already Skyclaved them to death. And then Linvala was an idea that came into my mind. I'm like, okay, we have all these creatures. We have the Luminous Broodmoth, which synergizes with 90% of our creatures. You know, for instance, if Drannith dies, if we have a Luminous Broodmoth, it comes back with a flying counter, so we have that defense. But also Linvala being able to defend our flyers too. And then, of course, we have 2 Elspeth to bring back anything. We have Knight of the Autumn to help stabilize, can be a beefy body to help get the Great Henge going, or destroy target artifact or enchantment. A lot of versatility there. 1 Scavenging Ooze for graveyard hate. Tomik shuts down Nissa. Luminarch helps pressure and continue to make some of our other creatures that aren't that threatening more threatening, until we can find our big beefy creatures. Rhonas is another way to punch through and can be a great blocker or attacker. Steel Leaf is amazing if you're playing an aggressive deck. Broodmoth, like I said, synergizes with 90% of the creatures by bringing them back with flying. It's amazing. Collected Company is going to be hitting, you know, I'd say 2/3 of our deck, so a lot of value here. Amazing against control, just such a good card. We already talked about Elspeth, just such a good card. And then, of course, the Great Henge kind of does it all here as well. So that's the deck. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's hop into it. Let's see how we do.
Mandalorian looks like.
Neck, our first opponent. Well, we have a 3-lander here. Unfortunately, the Linvala we can't play at the moment, but I like the other creatures, so we'll keep this. Go ahead and scry turn 1 since we don't have a play. Rhonas is great. Just looking for a henge now. Stitcher Supplier. Okay. The gate to the God Pharaohs. Could be fun for us. Okay. Ooh, ancient Ziggurat. Nice. We'll have this enter as green, and we'll present Steel Leaf. I see a priest here, and they're running red as well, so Maya Trident. Okay, still can't block this. So we'll play the Ziggurat. Don't quit. I think we had him there. We had I was thinking of Skyclaving the Witch's Oven, and then we had the Knight of Autumn for when he plays his God Pharaoh's gift later. So I think we were pretty set up anyways. But yeah, on to the next one. Got him. Hello. Alright, got ourselves a Zendikar Pack. Let's check that out. Rare Wild. Love to see it. Alright, let's hop into another one. Let's keep this going. Considering we have only 3 splash blue cards in the entire deck, I figured between the 4 copies of Ancient Ziggurat and the 4 copies of Paradise Druid that we should be able to cast her on curve. The other reason I didn't put any blue lands is because okay, so we have a 2-lander here, so we can pretty much cast anything on turn 3. We have Paradise Druid, Great Henge. We're gonna keep this for sure. Question is, do I play the Mammoth as a land? I do not, because I have a Paradise Druid, right? So we'll have this enter as a forest, because we need to get at least 1 more green land for. Oh no, we have that in Paradise Druid, so I guess we're okay. Opponent's on white-black so far. Okay. Some type of sacrifice deck. Right, Paradise out there. All right. It's interested to see where that one was going to go, but yeah, on to the next one. Oh, anyways, what I was going to say about Linvala and the detention deputy, between the Ancient Ziggurat, the 4 Paradise Druid, and the collected company, we can actually just put them onto the battlefield, so we don't even need the source to cast them. To hard cast them is what I should say. So yeah, that was what I was saying. Everton Cosme. Alright, so we have a 2-lander here. I could turn 1 Kazandu, turn 2 Boulder Loft. That only gives us 2. And we have triple... Yeah, we're going to mulligan this. Seems a lot better. So Scry, turn 1. Keep the temple. Drop the branch. I think that's the that plan. So we will drop branch. Pick up another branch. We'll drop this temple. Don't think we need any more lands. Looking for some action. Okay. Pass again. We have to play something. So I do see a lot of white. So let's go ahead and play the Drannith. I want to prioritize saving the Scavenging and the Luminous Broodmoth, so I'd like to get some removal out of his hand now. That's good. Phyrexian Arena. Beautiful. Let's shock. And we're going to play the Knight now. And destroy that. Love this Collected Company. Target player sacrifices a creature, sure. Okay. Okay, Paradise Druid is nice. That'll allow us to Collected Company next turn. Never mind. This room. Okay, let's try another Paradise Druid. I don't know what kind of weird deck this is. Some type of a mono black control. But how do you win, right? So we're gonna pass here, and we're gonna wait and see what he does, what he plays. Pestilent Haze, huh? My turn? Right. Just want more targets, so let's Steel Leaf and do Tomik. Trying to stay out of Pestilent Haze range, but he could also have Ritual of Soot. Could also have, we're playing Historic, so he could also have Bontu's Last Reckoning, which is a lot of people don't. So Heartless Act, so does that mean he doesn't have? That's fine. Okay, so let's have this enter as a creature. And it's not. Gotta win somehow, right? Next turn we can do Great Henge. Vampire of the Dire Moor. Sure. Okay, we're gonna Luminous now. So, does that mean he has more removal? Sure. Attack. Keep attacking. And then I'm saving the Skyclave for something more. Tendrils of Corruption, sure. Okay. Another Kazandu's nice. Sure. Alright, buddy, you're running out of cards. I'll wait on that. He does have a castle, though, so... Ooh, Phyrexian Obliterator, that's nice. I think I'm done taking 1 damage. So let's name white. Let's apparate. Even if he kills the Skyclave, I don't care because it won't come back as as an obliterator, which is the key part. We don't want to be sacrificing permanents. So this is pretty cool. So this looks like some type of black control. Splashing Phyrexian Obliterator for his finisher. Pretty cool. Okay, let's get our scry on. Garruk's Harbinger is nice. Okay. Sure. Play the Henge now. Tap. Okay, no attacks. Grey Merchant, nice. Grey Merchant too? So man, he must have so who's the biggest risk here? Let's take him. Skyclave is nice. We'll play him too. Take him. Perfect. Ooh, Rhonas, nice. Let's play him too. Figure that out. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's see what he's got. Because we're coming in hard next turn. We're coming in hard next turn. Garruk can help us refuel our hand as well. Being hexproof from black. Yeah, from black is very nice. Sure. Let's just play this to get a body for the Henge. Okay, other Garruk's is nice. Three or greater doesn't help, but we can get back some threats. So let's go ahead and do that. Attack into you. I think that's good. Now this way we have our Elspeth down, so if he kills any of our creatures, we can just bring him back. Sure. Cool. Well, so that'll be a nice target for our Grey Merchant. Yep. Focus act, sure. Doesn't really do much now. Sure. So once again, we're just gonna play this to play it. Kazandu's nice. Play him. Ziggurat's nice. I'm gonna give this guy trample. I'm gonna go with you, you. Hey Midgeworth, what's going on? My apologies, I'm I don't have split screen, so I'm have my full screen up for Magic. Don't know how how long you've been watching, but appreciate you watching, man.
I don't think it's possible to
Bruce.
use the split screen on Magic.
I think we're gonna take Luminous here to protect our creatures. I don't know what type of board wipe he could possibly have, but I think he's pretty dead. He's digging for his Phyrexian Obliterator, I'm assuming. That's not gonna do it. Okay. Got him. Yes. Loving this deck. Loving it. Alright, let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Yeah, playing a little SELESNYA collected company shenanigans. Well, technically, I'm splashing blue for Linvala and Deputy of Detention. Yeah. I finally got the wild cards for the collected company, so I've been wanting to build some collected company decks for a while. Alright, so we got a 3-lander here to start. We have our collected company. Garruk's Harbinger helps dig. Seems kind of slow, but we got our key pieces. You know, we won a couple, whatever. Let's experiment. Not like we're playing in the ranked. Alright, I'm loving the Paradise Druid pickup. I'm also loving the tap land. We will definitely keep the Skyclave here. I mean, honestly, Midge, I tend to play Historic more because why would I limit myself to the amount of cards I have since I have so many in my collection? I like to play Standard. I just feel like Standard right now is pretty boring for me, especially because we're waiting for this new set. I'm extremely excited for this new set, the Kaldheim. But yeah, I mean, I mainly play Historic just because I have access to more of my cards. I do utilize a lot of Standard or the most recent cards in my Historic builds, but I tend to gravitate more toward Historic. Chase Mermaid. We're gonna pay attention here, I guess. Draw a card.
Now here's an interesting idea.
Reveal and enters the battlefield soon. Okay. What's the move here? Do I just Skyclave? Or do I set up a collected? Pay 2. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up a collected company. Yeah, I was thinking about taking the Jace, but I'm like, man, I don't know what he's playing. He could... what is he playing? 4 colors. He's got... Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'll collect it in response. So if I pick Garruk and Linvala...
This isn't my first time being the hero.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Coco, right? Draw a card, and he's not even...
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
He's not even worried about this damage. So what is this? Ban.
Oh, this
4
is
color
genius.
Planeswalkers. Golos. Alright, I'm completely lost as to what we're playing. Loving this Luminous. Yeah, I think we Luminous here. So we definitely want to kill Teferi for sure. think I'm gonna sacrifice and make him hexproof. So at least we get the
That's gonna hurt tomorrow.
at least we get the benefit off the Garruks. And now if he has a board wipe, at least we can all come back, right? Deputy. So he takes the Luminous. Yeah. Okay. So do I Skyclave? I think I do. And we attack. I think we take Rhonas, right? Let's see what he's got here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't have an Ugin. Maybe that's what he's ramping toward? The Garruk, sure. So he's gonna destroy the Luminous and then die? So we'll go for the wolves.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
Fair enough. So, what do we do here? Good point on that, Golos. They're gonna come back anyways with flying, so do I really care? Just play Rhonas. Play his land. Drannith Magistrate. Yeah, I like that. So attack here. Get a token, I don't want that. We'll attack here. We want to keep her for double block. He gets 2. Yeah, I think I went flying on the Garruks. No double block? Okay, you can destroy my creature. Or make some more wolves. Another deputy. This is a pretty interesting deck here our opponent has. He's gonna love my Skyclave Apparition. Alright, well at least we can get the Great Henge off. That's gonna be nice. Your turn, my man.
We were born for the hunt.
Shocks in. 4. Weird. Alright, let's play this. And play a Drannith here. No attacks.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
There's a lot of wolves. Okay, there's a Golos. Is this a Golos deck? No, he doesn't have a red source, does he? No. Interplanar doesn't do, can't produce red. Oh, maybe it is. Nice. So what, like 5 colored planeswalker stuff? I don't know. Alright. So I think the first action is going to be to Skyclave the Deputy. Hello. Okay. Skyclave the Deputy. Then I could take a risk in collected company. Maybe search for a deputy and try and take those wolves. That would be pretty nasty. Hello? Sahiri Shelter. Sure. Okay, so we have Night of Autumn, which is gonna kill Golos for sure. And another Skyclave, I guess. So we'll take him anyways. Destroy target artifact enchantment. Oh wait. Yes, nice. I was gonna say, does that count as a new trigger? Alright, perfect. Thought I misplayed that, thankfully. Alright, now let's see, do we play Ziggurat? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? We don't have any more mana floating. So yeah, let's just play Temple. Not interested in giving him any counters, so we will wait. Discard a card. He can have the Ziggurat, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Legion, nice.
Fragile and fleeting. Cherish.
Nice.
You are too dangerous to roam. We were born for the hunt.
Let's do white here since we produce green. Let's do Broodmoth. Garruk. Okay, so he does 3 damage and destroys a creature. Sure. Oh no, I'm dumb. I should have kept the Ziggurat for Linvala. I'm so stupid. Ugh. I messed that up. Shit. Okay.
I've had enough of you.
To the face, sure. Sark on the master list. Sure.
Let us fight. Magnificent.
Also, I was thinking about swapping in some for best of one, some fairground wardens to get rid of like these guys to like tokens and stuff. Okay, so what is my move here? Let's shock in. Yeah, I think this is like 5-color walkers. He doesn't have any creatures to exile, and I don't really want to exile our own stuff. Let's start with a scavenging. Luminous. There's a deputy, but I threw away the damn Ziggurat. Garruk. No attacks. I think we're stuck here. Man, I feel bad getting beat to such a jank deck, but then again, it's kind of awesome. You seem to have all the right answers at the right times. What's up?
Just what I was looking for.
Wait, what did he just do? Alright, now we're talking. So he has 2 Ugins? Oh, was that? Oh, that was the ability of the Jace. I wonder if Linvala helps protect against Ugin's ultimate. Is there anything we can do? The problem is we don't have any hasty creatures. So that's, I think that's GG for us. Feels bad, but then again. Well, I think we went like 4-2, 4 wins, 2 losses. Not bad. Super fun deck. I feel like it definitely has some potential. Of course, I made a misplay there on that last game where I got rid of the Ancient Ziggurat. That would have helped us play our Linvala earlier. I still am curious about that, if she, if giving our other creatures hexproof protects them from Ugin's minus. I'm not sure. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, if you are going to be a new follower or subscriber on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, once you've done so, just reach out to me in the chat or comments and say something like, hey, I just subscribed or followed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use for Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Arena. I'm sorry. So yeah, very excited to be able to offer that. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow.